It's a quick introductory video on a new ballistics product I'm going to start working with. It's called, the company is called Clear Ballistics. I was actually trading emails with TN Outdoors 9 earlier on the weekend. I guess it was Sunday morning. I'd asked him a question about sim test, and he goes, "Hey, have you heard about this product called Clear Ballistics? I'm thinking about checking it out." So I went ahead and ordered 10 samples, 10 sample little ingots here. Clear Ballistics is a relatively new startup company. They just started in business in 2012. What they manufacture is a non-temperature sensitive, crystal clear, non-water soluble ballistics gel substitute. And by ballistics gel substitute, it will supposedly pass the FBI BB test protocol, where 600 feet per second BB is shot into the block and should penetrate between 3 and 3.75 inches. So what I've got are 10 of the little ingot samples that arrived in the mail today. What I'm going to do is unwrap them and place them in the toaster oven in this metal pan. And the toaster oven should be anywhere between 260 and 280. It's in warm-up mode, so it's a little hot right now. Let the gel melt, and hopefully after the melt, I'm going to have one larger homogeneous block of ballistics testing gelatin, which I will then run some BB tests on over the next couple of days and see if it really does. One, see how easy it is to cast. Two, see how easy it is to remold. Three, make sure it stays clear. Four, actually do a BB calibration on it and make sure that it is coming in close to 10% ballistics gelatin spec. So, I mean, the stuff is, you can't argue. It is definitely crystal clear. It's going to be really cool to shoot a bullet in there and actually be able to see it, how it looks immediately. Both in how it expanded, how it's positioned. Looking at the actual stretch cavity, I'm very interested in see how that looks after a bullet passes through this very clear gel. Plus it's fun. I mean, these ingots are, they bounce. The closest correlation I can think of is if you've ever seen a silicone implant. These little Clear Ballistics cupcakes look and feel kind of similar, so we'll see what it feels like and looks like after it's melted. So I went ahead and ripped one of these little ingots apart, and it does rip up, much similar to sim test or any other ballistics media. It tears, kind of stretches at first and then tears. And that's nice because these little pieces are going to help me kind of fill in the gaps here. Alright, the temperature is pretty much holding steady. I think I might need to bump it up just a tiny bit. Once I get a consistent 250, 260 degree temperature, I'll go ahead and put the pan in there and let it start melting. Okay, as you can see, the gel is officially in the oven. Temperature's a little low from opening the oven to insert the tray of Clear Ballistics gel, but hopefully it'll come back up to temperature, and I'll keep checking on it, make sure it doesn't run too hot. So again, it's about 5 minutes after 8, and we'll see how long it takes to melt this down. Okay, we're about 15 minutes into the melt, and you can see some of the pieces that were up above the rim have started to melt down. It actually looks like if you ever make biscuits, refrigerated biscuits, and you put the biscuits in the pan and they all start out round, and then all of a sudden they start baking and they kind of mold into each other. And that's what it looks like we got going on in this pan. So it looks like a bunch of melting ice cubes, but a little bit thicker than normal ice cubes. Just kind of melting and filling in the cracks between each other. Pretty neat looking. Temperature, probably about 260 right about now, which is right in the sweet spot. It's been quite a bit of change in the last 7 to 10 minutes. Went ahead and brought the temperature up a little bit. It's now closer to 280. 300, you know, is too much. 280, 260 to 280 is about right. As you can see, there's still some structure in the center, but all around the edges, it's now a clear pool. It's now completely melted. You can see the kind of the water line there, and aside from some, you know, individual structures in the center, pretty much it's really starting to melt right now. Alright, I'm back. After micromanaging it for 30 minutes, managed to get it right in that butter zone temperature of about 265, 275. And I went inside to read with my son for 30 minutes and came back, and lo and behold, all the gaps are gone. So what's happening right now, I don't know if you can see it, but all the air bubbles are actually migrating up to the top of the pan, or top of the media. So that's what must give it its clarity. So I'm going to let it continue to cook maybe another 15-20 minutes, come back out and check it. Hopefully those big air bubbles will be gone and we should have some crystal clear gel, at which time I'll just shut the oven off and let it cool in the oven. You really don't need to do anything special to cool it off. So check back again in about 30 minutes. Okay, it is about 1 hour and 10 minutes since I started the melting process. I still have some bubbles. I started noticing smoke coming out of the oven, which could very well just be dust because it is being stored out in the garage. So it is about as hot as it can be right now. So I'm just going to let it cool off and you know, come back out and see if we can actually get the ingot, melted ingot, out of the pan. Maybe in a couple hours, or maybe I'll just let it sit overnight and come back and try it tomorrow morning. Alright, 603. I could see the entry. Okay. Alright, have a good test. One more on this side. That one was at 608. So, alright, that was near the edge. $612. A little bit of variation, penetration depth. That one at 603. Alright, 611. We are done testing.